Welcome back. Thank you for staying tuned. We have joining us on set lead pastor at Life Church Belize, Corny Dweck, and he's in to talk about the countdown to a night of hope with Nick Vujicic. I got it correct.
We got it right.
I struggled the first time, so
okay.
it's good. Right. So, Pastor, welcome. There's a video from Nick because we wanted him on set today, but I understand he's a busy man.
That's right.
Very inspirational. People demands his time. But before we start the conversation, we're gonna run that video. Awesome. Okay.
Hello Belize, it's Nick Vujicic. I want to tell you I was born without limbs, and for many years I felt like I had no purpose and I felt so broken. I know what it is to be feeling like you're alone and that you have no worth at all. But I found something greater, hope. And I believe that the message that I'm going to be sharing, it's going to bring you the hope that you're looking for. I'm coming to Belize on August 22nd, 2025, and I can't wait to share this message that I truly believe that will change your life and launch you into your purpose. Please invite your friends and family and come early. Space will fill up fast. Love you. I'll see you there.
All right.
Excellent video. So the man himself, born without limbs.
That's right.
He says, tell us a bit about how you came across Nick and then the invite to Belize.
That's very interesting. I have been following him for years, right? But I never had even the wildest dream that he would come to Belize. You know, Belize is a small country. Most of those big and inspirational speakers don't come here. And so I wasn't even thinking about getting him. But one morning, as I was getting up, the church phone was ringing, right? And usually when I look at the phone and I say, it's a long number, it's usually from Africa, and I don't want to answer that phone call, right?
I think it's like a scam call.
Yeah, and the truth is I get so many calls and messages about partnering with African ministries that I just don't answer them. I would wait until they message me or something. I wouldn't answer the call. But this time I just felt like I should answer it. So I grabbed the phone and answered, and this gentleman introduced himself. This is Rafa from Colombia, who is one of the coordinators for Nick Vujicic. I said, really? And I was kind of skeptical, right? Mm-hmm. I mean, one of the top inspirational speakers in the world at the moment would come, call me, right? Like, that's just crazy. But I answered it, and so he arranged a meeting that we could have on Zoom, right? So we had a Zoom meeting, and then another guy, Mr. Victor from Dallas, joined. And then he introduced himself, and he is actually the right-hand man for Nick. And so they said, hey, you know what? Nick is feeling in his heart that he would like to come to Belize.
Wow.
He is doing a tour called Bringing Hope. And God placed in his heart to come to Belize. And, the skeptical person I am, I said, okay, that's cool, let's continue the conversation.
Still questioning it.
Yeah, I was still questioning it. I mean, this dude would come to Belize. And so we continued to talk, and finally, from a couple meetings we had, I said, okay, this must be something truth, right? And so we start planning, and he asked me, hey, can you host the event in Belize? And I said, me host the event? I said, well, I could try. I mean, it's not something I've done before, hosting an event to this magnitude, right?
Yeah.
And so we start planning, and I got some people involved to join my team. First thing I did, I went to the mayor, and I said, hey, mayor, you know what? This dude wants to come to Belize. Would you want to partner with us? And the first thing he said, definitely, I would want to do that. I mean, bringing hope to this country, bringing hope to Belize City, that's something we need, right? Mm-hmm. And so that's why we start working on it. And truly, I say that this is something that I'm so excited about, because if you look around, you can see that we have lost hope in Belize City and in the whole country, especially Belize City. I mean, with all the stuff that is happening, marriages are failing and relationships are falling apart, and murder is not going down like we would wish it would, and young people are taking suicides. There's so many things happening that you can see that we have lost hope. And so I believe it is God saying, hey, you know what, Belize City? I got you.
Yeah.
There's something, there's a there's something beyond just the circumstances that you're going through right now. There's something bigger than that for you, right? And so that's why I'm so excited to bring Nick.
What do you know about Nick? What can you tell us about Nick?
Well, I know Nick was born without limbs, as you know.
Yeah.
And I know that he was really struggling in his early years. I mean, just imagine having no arms and no legs. I just can't imagine even living that life, right?
Yeah.
And so he really was very he didn't enjoy life. He didn't even like himself. He didn't want to live. But then he found purpose. He found God. And that changed everything for him. Where he realized, you know what? Even though he prayed for arms and legs, right? But he realized that, you know what? God can use me to bring hope to the hopeless the way I was born. And I really appreciate that about him, that yes, we all want the best. We all want the perfect body. We all want the perfect circumstances. But that a guy like Nick could come to himself and say, you know what? I will use what God has given me to bring hope to the world.
You know, I think that a story like Nick's could resonate with everyone in some way or form, regardless of having a disability or losing a limb. There are many times where we find ourselves in the midst of circumstances that we would not like to be in. And some of them, fortunately, we're able to take ourselves out of, but some others are permanent.
Yes.
And I think it's such a beautiful message, the life that Nick lives and the example that he is setting, showing that his purpose was bigger than his circumstance. Fortunately, he was able to find a path that could shine a light on that and use it for positive. I want to talk about the way that Nick's message aligns with the work that you do, Corny, as a pastor of a church here in Belize City. The message I imagine you also send is hope through Jesus Christ. Talk about what people can get when they attend this event that is free, of course.
Yes. That is exactly what I'm doing, actually. Like, for the last 3 years, I've had a man's ministry where we sit down once a week and we discuss man talks, where I bring hope to them, and not just hope, but I actually offer training on how to be better fathers, how to be better husbands, how to be just man of integrity, man who walk the walk that is upright. And so this is exactly in line, because I believe that hope has been lost, and you can see it all over. And one sign that you can see that people have lost hope is they don't even try to do better. See, when you they just accept this is how life's going to be, and you hear it all over. You don't need to go far, and you hear people talking. This is just my life. That I just got to take this. This is how it's going to be. Yeah. And so that is why I started this man's ministry, and which is to bring hope, because I believe if the man rise up, we're going to have a changed city. I believe that the crime situation or crime and poverty is directly linked to a fatherless city. And so if we can bring hope back, where the men are going to realize, hey, you know what? With all my downfalls, with all my struggles, with all my failures in life, there is still hope. Yeah. You know, and so this is very much in line with what we do in our ministry. Go ahead.
No, sorry. The first time I came in contact with Nick's messages years back. I was going through a difficult path in life, and I felt hopeless, like you said. I felt as if this was like life was just crashing in and everything was crumbling, and I felt as if I was going through the worst thing in the world. There's nobody out there and their problems that could top what I'm going through. Let's measure it. And then I came across Nick and his messages, and I thought to myself, well, maybe I'm not going through as difficult as a challenge as I thought.
Yeah.
Because here you have this man, and that's I just saw him as at the surface as a man born without limbs, who faced a lot of challenges growing up, but found purpose. Yeah. And overcame this circumstance to live a rather normal life if you would, right? And I said, no, man, if he could overcome life without limbs, then what's stopping me from overcoming the challenges that I'm facing? And I have all 4 limbs. At least that at the start, I began to rationalize in my own mind and in my own heart. So talk about the event itself, when it's scheduled for. Like you said, it's free. Will there be any sort of additional components to the event? What can you tell us right now?
Well, the event, we will have an opening worship, some music. And one thing I want to tell people is that this event is like a lot of crusades are very much like church events, right?
Yeah.
And this is not a church event.
Yeah.
This is a night of hope.
Correct.
This is for the hopeless. These are for everyday man on the street. This is for the city folks, you know. And one thing that Nick's coordinator, his right hand man, has reminded me over and over and over. He says, Corny, this is not a church event.
Right.
So we are not going to cater just for Christians. This is for the non-believers, those that are so down and trodden off the street. They just have no more hope. This is for that. So the event will be geared towards that, right? So that and it's free. Why? Because we want nobody to say, you know what, I am so hopeless, but I'm so hopeless I don't even have money, right?
Yeah, to attend.
Exactly. So that's why it's going to be free. And so that's why we've also been raising funds with partnering with businesses, because it's a free event and those events cost a lot of money, right? And I also want to say, just to put in here, is that Nick usually charges a huge amount of money to go somewhere because that's his life. That's how he makes his living. And you know, he wavered it for Belize.
Wow.
And his coordinator said, Corny, I want you to know how you need to see this as a once in a lifetime event. Like, it can't get better than this, actually. He is wavering the cost that he charges to go anywhere. Victor said he has 35,000 invitations on his table right now. And he called Belize to come and bring hope. So see this as an event that is ordained by God Almighty for this to happen. And so I always tell people that God definitely has a plan for Belize. He has his hand on Belize, that he would bring such a man of influence to Belize. And so it's gonna be, we're gonna start off with some songs, and then he's gonna share his message of hope. And at the end of the event, we're gonna give opportunity, whoever wants prayer, whoever wants, change their lives. And so we want every single individual that says, you know what, I'm tired of my life, I really need hope, I want to live a different lifestyle, I want to make those changes, that every individual will actually get connected in a personal level with somebody in the church.
Yeah. This is somebody that has this particular is influenced 22 million followers on social media across all platforms, and somebody that doesn't only speak at church events. You have businesses and corporations, huge industries that invites him to speak as well, and for motivation and self-help and self-development as well. So he has a wide perspective on a lot of issues outside of the church, right, and outside of a church setting, and so that's important to note. The event is on August
22nd.
22nd.
That's
at
right.
7 p.m.
Digi Park, 7 p.m. Free for everybody to attend.
That is correct. And yeah, we just everybody needs to pray that we have no rain that day.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, no, everyone. And
we want no rain because I know Belizeans in some events they run to rain, other events they run away, right? So my prayer is that we will have an amazing evening, so that we can have the whole country come together, and we can, that this is going to be a night that will be remembered as a direction change for thousands of people in the city. And that's what it's all about. That's my heart. That's the heart of Nick, where this will be a change of direction for thousands of people, that their lives will be changed, that they would have a hope and the truth is, if you don't have hope, your life really just sucks.
Yeah. Okay.
And so August 22nd, it's going to be right at Digi Park. We will actually be partnering. I don't know how far we're at this, but we are want to partner with all the media houses, and we want this to be streamed live across the country. So those on out districts that can't make it, and those that are home that can't make it because of disabilities or something, I would want to really encourage people that have disabilities, come out, see what is possible. See, I see many times in Belize, we have this mindset that once I have a limb missing, that I'm good for nothing. And you see with Nick, I mean, he is all for missing.
You know, though, Corny, I think that brings about a different conversation, though, because there's a need for support for persons like that as well.
That's
especially
correct.
when it comes to mobility.
Yes.
Because I've thought of that too. You know, we've covered several stories on individuals who are disabled, who do not have limbs, but they need support. They need a way to move from the location that they are to another as well. But I think live streaming it sounds like a fantastic idea. And we just hope that it's able to come to fruition. This has been a wonderful conversation, Corny. Thank you so much for being able to facilitate Nick coming here to Belize. And I'm excited about it, and I hope that there are many lives that will be touched on August 22nd.
That's the plan.
All right.
Excellent.
We take another quick break, but don't go anywhere. We have loads more conversations to look forward to.